What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We are going to be doing the final global node. I was able to get this done last night. It's been pretty hectic with life, and I haven't actually had a good chance to try this node out. But last night I was watching some Star Wars, and we got this done. We got this done while we were streaming some Star Wars. Rewatching all the series because I am feeling very reminiscent of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series on Disney. So yeah, I was going through the Star Wars stuff. But anyways, that's enough of my real life. So we did finish off the last one with our with this amazing team we had, and we got through to the final node here. But yeah, we got through it done. I think it was just crazy because there was a Miss Marvel with Black Panther, and yeah, I'm not a fan of those characters, but we got it done, and I think it only took me about my fifth or sixth try. So I mean, it wasn't too bad as long as you're studying the right characters and you're ability blocking Squirrel Girl. So that was pretty good. But let's yeah, we're gonna take a look at node. We're gonna take a look at the next node today, and this one's tough because we have lots of crazy invisible women's. I don't like her because on this particular game mode, when she does that barrier, and I just kind of want to mess around and see how much barrier health they get. It was a lot of health. They got a ton of health. It was crazy. So if she can get her if she can get that barrier off, you guys are gonna be in for a beating. So the best course of action is to make sure you ability block or stun her. Keep in mind as well, even if she's ability blocked, if Mr. Fantastic attacks, she still gets those assists. So very similar to Miss Marvel and Brawlers. Even though she's ability blocked, she can still land those assists. So actually the best case scenario is making sure she's stunned, so that way she does not move at all. So keep that in mind, guys. Same with Miss Marvel, same with Invisible Woman. Just stun her so they can't move, and then that way it'll make it so much easier for you guys. Like I said, we've got I think the first wave is Invisible Woman. We'll go through the waves in each section. I've sped up some parts of the footage as well, so that way you guys aren't listening to me talk forever. But there was a lot. This was a long video to make and to record. It was crazy. Lots of crazy characters, like I said. But the last wave, keep in mind, is Doom with Mr. Sinister. A lot of people underestimate it. Don't underestimate it. We'll go through it when they do drop, but yeah, just keep in mind it's a very scary wave, because if Mr. Sinister clones Captain Sam, and then if the other one clones Doom, like it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I mean, obviously you just want to make sure you're on top of it. Anyways, this is the lineup we're running. I'm not sure if it's the best, but I put Doom in the middle because they like to hit the middle, and then I was actually debating or not to switch it, and I actually do end up switching it because I found out that they were actually ability blocking Emma Frost when she was beside Sam. So keep in mind, guys. So we kind of have to mess around with the lineup for a little bit there, but I thought we got some pretty good luck there. So this one, I don't remember how many tries I took. It took me a couple tries just to kind of feel the water, get the right stuns and the right requirements on the right people, and yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting to see. Anyways, so as you guys see here, we're gonna start off by focusing on Invisible Woman, getting that defense down on her, so that way we can get maximizing damage on her. The stun goes on her, and then we're gonna do the ability block on Squirrel Girl. Very similar to the last node, except this time instead of Miss Marvel, it's Invisible Woman. And then we're gonna activate Disruption on the Kree, so that way when he taunts, that's not gonna be an issue for us. And now, what's important here is, and I found this to be most effective. People can question me if they want, but I actually found blinding Wasp was key, because she actually does a lot of damage, and she was like one-shotting my Captain Sam, and he's big. My Captain Sam's like, I think he's like 5 reds and 7 yellow. Like, he was a big monster, and she was just tearing him to shreds. So it was a little crazy to see. But anyways, once you guys see that, I think a lot of people also blind Scientist Supreme, so that way it misses your characters. But I find just blind Wasp. Like, look at that. She misses all that, and it just, like, that would just one-shot somebody, which was, like, crazy to me. I don't know. That was just crazy to me. Anyways, so we get to Doom's ultimate. Thank goodness. We're going to hit those tags wherever there's some vulnerability for some extra squeeze of damage. And then, as you guys can see here, we can just ult whoever. We're just going to ult. Blast the board, and it's gonna help us out lots because we've got some we got Sharon also getting 3 turns since she's the fastest character, and it helps us out a lot because we are going to get her ability block and her shutdown stun back pretty fast. So you can save a heal or you can use it again. Really watching that Invisible Woman. If she even lands a barrier on you guys, like, it is crazy the amount of health they get. Like, it's nuts. Like, I couldn't believe it. I wanted to just test it and see how much they got. It was crazy. So you know what? Just ability block her, stun her, do whatever you can to her. You got to make sure she can't move. Scientist Supreme does activate his flip, which is fine. We need to prolong the match anyways, so we can get our cooldowns back for the next wave. The next wave is actually even worse than this one. So I mean, yeah, we have our work cut out for us. But I couldn't believe how much. Yeah, it was a long night for me, because when I was recording this and trying my attempts, I'm like, holy smokes, some of these characters are crazy. I mean, the damage they pump out as well. Like, look at Sam here. Like, I think there was a couple recordings where he just died. So I mean, yeah, your Captain Sam, like, he's a monster of a character, and these guys are just like shredding him. Like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. So anyways, you know, yeah, as you can see here, I still use the taunt even though he's so low on health. But we do get to Maria's turn here. I think I was keeping track of the speed meter, and I did realize that Maria was coming right up. So anyhow, just make sure you guys are aware of that. That heal is just insane. I don't know if anybody will be able to do this without her, because yeah, those heals, I think they came at pretty key critical times throughout this node, and it was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So anyhow, that's it for this part of the initial stage. I'm gonna speed up a little bit of the footage so you guys don't have to watch me go at slow speed here. But yeah, you can see we're gonna just clean up the scraps here, sped this up a little bit so you guys will get a few minutes of your life back. But yeah, it's a pretty scary node. I leave the Kree guys last because they're weak. They got nothing. They got really crappy stats. They're not too much of a threat. There is going to be a Kree team coming up as well, and yeah, they're pretty scary. When it's a full Kree team, they do a lot of damage as well, so keep that in mind. And then once we take care of the last Kree guard, whatever, we'll slow the footage back down, and you guys will see the next wave, which is like a weird Pym Tech Invisible Woman mix. Again, same thing. We gotta stun them, guys. We got ability block the two Invisible Women. They're just crazy. They're crazy. If they can land that barrier, it's nuts the amount of health these guys get. Like, it's crazy. I was just so shocked when I did a test run where I just let them use their barrier just to see how much damage I could do after, and it was absolutely crazy the amount of health they got back, or the barrier health, especially if it was back to back. Like, it was just, wow, it was just mind-blowing, I guess. Our damage was definitely not cutting it. So anyways, maybe that's because I do have quite a bit of support characters on the board, but yeah, my damage was not cutting it. Maybe if you have LDS, the bleeds would help out. But anyways, as you guys can see here, we're going to ability block and stun the two Invisible Women, and then, you know what, I'd say, you know, don't worry about focusing them too much, because what's important here is we want to get some damage out to the other guys, because these Pym Tech guys, wow, they dish out quite a bit of damage. What I do here is I hit everybody that can hit a taunt, so that way if they hit a taunt, it's not going to be issues for us. So that's why we kind of hit the two statures. And then if you can get Ant-Man, great. I was only able to get one on the left there. I wasn't able to get the last one. So if he taunts, I mean, that's kind of my fault, but I didn't have enough turns in place of it. If you have more Doom minions, you might be able to get that stretch faster than me. But anyhow, we thanks to his ultimate, we do actually get a nice stun back for Sharon, and I highly recommend you guys don't save it, just use it. These guys do so much damage that, just, you know, if you can control another character on the board, why the heck not? Just throw the stun, use the ability block when you can. That's what I'm doing here. I ability block Stature because she does a lot of AoE damage as well, so it's like crazy. I left her alone, and I'm thinking like, hey, you know what, these guys are just, they're Pym Tech, you know, they're not bad, they're not great, you know, they're just meh. But no, with Dark Dimension 5, I mean, wow, these guys were smoking my Captain Sam. So when he activates his taunt, he was getting smoked. So anyways, that's my experience with it. Maybe if you guys have a bigger Sam, maybe you'll get away with it. But yeah, I found that, yeah, they were just crushing me. So that's the strategy that I found that worked for me. And And as you guys can see here, we pretty much get it done here. And I think for the most part, stun the invisible women, block them, get your other ability blocks out to those other characters, and I think for the most part you'll have this node under control here. So we're gonna speed the footage up now, so that way you guys can save some time as well. And just be careful of Scarlet Witch as well, because she can redistribute that health. You don't want to leave her alone too long, and really just as you're kind of trying to chip away at these guys, really make sure you're keeping an eye on those invisible women, because yeah, they're gonna get that barrier, and really I don't know if it's impossible to completely shut them down for this entire node, because it's hard. It's hard. You got a lot of characters on the board here. You got a lot of guys that are kind of everywhere, and if you can stop maybe one of them, or at least reduce the characters on the board, then at least when they barrier, it's not going to be too crazy. And as you guys see here, we do actually do a pretty good job of shutting them down, because we have that speed advantage. We have Emma Frost giving us that slowdown. She's got the blinds to help us out mitigate some damage, and then we have Doom just being Doom, just giving us those 3 turns to our fastest character, which is Sharon. Now keep in mind, between LDS and Sharon, I haven't actually tested who's faster, because I don't usually pair the two together, but if my memory is right, I believe Doom would actually make LDS the one with the 3 turns. So I'm not actually sure if you'd be able to pull this off without, with LDS on the board, because she actually might get the 3 turns, and she's great. She can do a lot of she can do a lot of bleeds, and she can bounce around the board and hit that AOE as well to reduce their speed and their turn meter. But Sharon versus LDS, I mean, obviously, I think everyone's going to agree with me here. I think Sharon has better control with the stun and the ability block. So, anyways, that's it for, that's the Death Wave number 2. I found that one to be probably the hardest one. And then I think the Kree was pretty straightforward. We'll slow the footage back down here, as you guys can see. And, I think for the most part, it's just, again, just being patient. Just watching the board, keeping an eye on who to focus on. And of course here, the dangerous thing here is that Captain Marvel, I did not want to wait and see how much she can do, because if she just targeted maybe the wrong person, Sharon, Maria, and she just uses that ultimate, she might be able to actually take them out in one shot. So I didn't want to take that chance. So what I did was I actually wanted to take her out ASAP as well. I don't know what kind of abilities or any stats that she has in this game mode, but as I was doing this recording, I told myself, you know what, I'm not going to wait around and test that theory. I'm just going to take her out, so that way I don't have to worry about it. And that's kind of what I did there. What I did as well, as you guys can see on the Kree guards, just get that disruption on there. The taunt's not going to slow you guys down as well, so that way you don't have to worry about them taunting. It's pretty much, it's going to be like a wasted turn when they activate their taunt, right? So anyhow, we have Captain Sam doing his thing. And like I said already, if you guys are wondering why I'm so crazy on focusing on Captain Marvel, it's because she's an unknown factor. I don't know how much her ultimate does. I ability blocked her. I probably could have just left her alone as well, but out of all the characters on the board here, she probably has the highest attack stats. Or maybe actually, I'm not really sure, because these Kree guys get a lot of buffs, especially the cyborgs, or whatever they're called. They do a ton of damage. So actually, you know what? Maybe they're the dangerous ones. I don't know. But anyways, as you guys can see here, we take care of Captain Marvel. We got that stun again. It's up to you if you want to use it. I didn't want to take that chance. I know that the Noble actually reduces, he removes debuffs. So you know what? I just stunned him. For the heck of it. You know what? I wasn't going to take that chance. These guys got a lot of crits and assists as well. And I didn't want to take that chance and let somebody die right before the last wave. I mean, we're down to the last 10 guys. I mean, we might as well just be careful and safe and stun whoever we can, right? I know the last wave consists of Doom plus Mr. Sinister, because I've seen the footage. I've seen it. It looks okay. I think as long as you're not, taunting with Captain Sam, so they don't clone your Captain Sam, then I think you should be pretty okay, because I think actually what ends up happening is they actually clone, I think, my shield troopers or something. I forget who they clone, but I had a good chuckle when it did happen. So anyways, so we'll speed the footage up here, because I think you guys get the gist of it. You don't need to see this at full speed. I think for the most part, once you get rid of Captain Marvel, It's pretty straightforward, and of course Mr. Sinister's ability blocked as well. So we'll take care of I wish I could tell you guys who's the best target to go for. I don't actually know. I think for the most part, the two Kree guards are the slow, they're the probably the crappiest ones to go for, because they just have the taunt and they have that heal. So actually, it actually helps you out to keep them alive because they just heal themselves. So I kind of go for the nobles because they heal, or not heal. They remove the debuffs, and they that can be quite annoying, especially with Mr. Sinister. As you guys see here, I don't take any chances. I just use that Doom ultimate because these guys have a ton of health. Like, it's crazy how much health they have. Like look at this. Like, I used my Doom ultimate, and it's like it didn't even phase these guys. Like, these guys are still like, hey, what happened? I didn't feel that ult at all. Like, it just tickled us. Like, it's crazy how much damage these guys got, or health, sorry. But yeah, yeah, lots of health on these guys, which is amazing because I don't remember my Kree team ever being this strong. But anyhow, that's Dark Dimension 5 for you guys. Yeah, so as you guys see here, we kind of just take care of the rest of the stragglers. Mr. Sinister's still stunned. I mean, he's slow. We can leave him last. He's not gonna be an issue for us. He's pretty easygoing once you just leave him alone there. And yeah, you can go after him, or you can go after the guards. The guards will heal themselves back up, so they are a good pairing to keep with each other because they just kind of heal each other and taunt and whatever, and it's pretty straightforward. So we just take care of Sinister. So they heal themselves there. Actually, I think they healed Sinister too. Actually, I'm not really sure on that, but anyways, yeah, you guys see that? Yeah, it's pretty straightforward once you get through that initial little wave. But I think you guys will agree here, this is a much easier wave than the previous one with the Invisible Women's or the Pimtex or whatever that mix team was. And yeah, and then just keep in mind the last wave. Like I said, the last one's the doozy. I think maybe people will get right down to the last one, and then all of a sudden they get wiped by this Doom Sinister combo. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys. When I saw them drop, and like I said, I've seen footage already before I even started this node, I knew what to expect, right? I knew Doom was going to be there. So really, it was just taking your time, making sure you know who to go for. We just, you know what, we had our Doom ultimate, sweet. I said Yahoo, because the moment you get that Doom ultimate out, we get 3 turns with Sharon. Like, really, good luck, you guys. Good luck, because it's going to be very difficult to get through this. So, first and foremost, you know, you can do the stun or you can do the ability block. We all know stuns don't work on Doom, so you got to ability block him. So we're gonna do the stun on Sinister first, and then we will do the ability block because I want my stun back up faster than my ability block. That's just how it works. And then you can kind of maybe focus on one of the Sinisters. And keep in mind the troopers will reduce their turn meter, or the troopers will reduce their turn if it crits. And as you guys saw there, we actually did get Sinister cloning one of our troopers. So I don't know what would have happened if he would have cloned Doom or if he would have cloned Emma Frost. Trooper is as crappy as it gets, or maybe he cloned a minion as well too, right? I'm not sure. Maybe that's still a thing. I'm not sure how the AI works, but anyhow, I was glad that happened. I kind of had a chuckle when that happened because yeah, it makes it easy for me because that means he's pretty much useless now. He just used his clone. And the other one, I mean, really, we can just focus on him. Because I was asking myself, hey, I got a stun, I got a ability block, but which one am I going to focus on? Because there's 2 of them. So, anyways, that was my logic. That was my thought process as well when I was going through it. And, yeah, I think for the most part, I think you guys get it. Once we take care of the Sinister, we're going to speed the footage up. So, again, I just want to save you guys some time here. But I think you get it. I think you get it for this part. And yeah, like I said, I think if you guys have gotten this far and you guys are still watching this, then I commend you because that's a lot of talking to listen to. And yeah, I think anybody by now would probably be sick of my voice. But anyways, guys, yeah, hopefully if you guys can make it through this part, and really at this point, you can probably just hit the auto button if you really want it. We don't want to take that chance just in case Doom does fudge up and uses his ultimate or special at the wrong spot. But yeah, we don't need to save our cooldowns or anything for the next wave because this is the last time we're gonna use these guys. And then hopefully, I'm still working on my cosmic materials. So that's why I wasn't in a rush to do these nodes, because I was gonna be stuck anyways. So that's why I wasn't like, oh gosh, I gotta attack and do my attack attempt today. Same with the city nodes. The city nodes, I kind of just took my time with it, because I knew that I was going to be limited by the global nodes, and now this time I'm going to be limited by the cosmic nodes, and there's a lot of materials I need. Like, I'm sure about Icarus and Xerxes. Everybody seems to be running that team, and probably just have to figure out who I'm doing for the other three. Most likely Castro. Those three have been pegged in, and not sure about number 4 and 5 yet. Everyone's doing T'Challa and Stitcher, which, you know what, I get. That's great. You know, it's good. It's a good idea because they're quite cheap. It just feels weird to bring a Stitcher to tier 16. I've done that with Shield Trooper when I was doing Dark Dimension 4. I brought him up to 13 or 14, I forget. I didn't enjoy that. It was just a waste. So anyways, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me if you're still here. That's our final node attempt there. That's the one shot there. Hopefully helped you guys out. Like I said, I hope it wasn't confusing for you guys when I had to speed up some parts. But yes, I think the initial strategy here with this node is just making sure those ability blocks and the stuns are on visible women, and vice versa for the next wave. And then once that third wave drops, just making sure you can keep an eye on Captain Marvel, stunning Mr. Sinister or ability blocking him as well. And then at the end, trying not to get cocky, and really just making sure you can take care of Doom and the 2 Sinisters. So if you guys have that, I think you'll be in a solid shape. And yeah, we'll catch you guys. I don't know when I'll have the materials. I haven't really done the math because I've been lazy. But anyways, when I get a sort of an idea, I'll pump a video out on me G16, those characters that I'll use for the next set. All right, guys, thank you, and we will catch you in the next.